When we talk about manifesting, I don't think I get it at the beginning. Let me tell you a little bit about my path and how do I arrive here. My major problem was that I didn't love myself. When you don't love yourself, it's really difficult to be happy in life because happiness and self-love are really connected at a deep level. But nobody, I was living in Spain at the time. Now I have been 15 years in the US, but there was no workshop on self-love. Nobody even was using this word. It was more about self-esteem and all of this. Then everything from outside looked great in my life, and I was feeling really miserable. You have the best job, perfect husband, home, financial security, and even though you cannot be happy, and people usually tell me, why do you complain? You have everything. And that was a really important question. Uh, why? I mean, what is happening that things are not going the way I want? And even though it seems that life is facilitated and everything is good, I don't have what I really want. And I started the journey of not even introspection, like inner work. And I started putting tools together. While I was in Spain, I did Reiki and I became an astrologer. And then dreams become important part of my life. And I did a master in psychology and psychotherapy to understand the world of dreams. And I love to study and I kept doing things. But it wasn't until I really get, and it was not through therapy, it was more through my own process that my problem was that I didn't have a good relationship with myself. And I didn't know how to change that. And many of the clients that approach me, they say, yeah, I mean, I know what you are saying is true because I don't feel good in my life. I don't feel good about myself, but I don't know how to change it. And I didn't have a process at that moment. I did it kind of with my intuition, trial and error, you will say. And it worked, but it was slow. Then what changed my life was really the concept of love and true love, soulmates and dreams and all of this. But when I started in New York, after I became a certified coach and I moved to this country, I started helping people to find true love. And very soon I realized that one of the most important reasons why people couldn't find the right relationship for them is that they didn't love themselves. They say, okay, here we are again. Happened in my life. Now it's happening in my professional life. How can I help them? Then my first workshop, one day workshop, was how to find your soulmate. But my second one was called Fall in Love with Yourself. And why it needed a whole day that I usually combine, like in a weekend retreat, because loving yourself simplify your life. It's really the solution to everything you want, including abundance. Abundance in any field, health, not material success, but abundance of everything that you desire. Because love, but not the love that we understand as relationships, true love is the highest vibration possible. It's the vibration that opens the door to other realms. When we say that, it sounds very abstract, but I'm going to try to explain it better. I used to travel a lot before the pandemic, and I give a lecture called Loving Yourself is the Solution. And I challenge the people that attend, say, you tell me any problem you have in your life, and I'll resolve it in terms of self-love. Because no matter what is the problem, there is a wrong understanding about how you show up in your life and how you show up for yourself. And it took me a lot just to be there present and listen to people challenges and try to help them. And then I had to help myself. In September 2016, I started not feeling well. And I had previous problems with the thyroid in Spain, hyperthyroidism. Then, knowing that it was my weak point, I went to the primary care doctor who referred me to the endocrinologist. And we did some tests. And I was that day at the office of the endocrinologist. And she said, yeah, I'm seeing the images. And this looked like cancer. And I was like, what? Like, really? I thought I loved myself by then, and I was teaching this stuff. Well, anyway, to make it short, because we only have half an hour, I went to Spain. I got diagnostic stage 4 cancer, thyroid cancer, uh, papillar carcinoma, nothing really aggressive. But I was trying to figure it out. Why now? Why me? Why this? And what I did, I didn't close the business, but I devote all my time and energy to understand that. And I took this self-love to the level where I could just be there for myself. And this may sound bad for some people that really are battling for their lives, but I'm going to say it as it happened for me. The time that I took between the diagnostic and the surgery was 1.5 years, where I didn't do the surgery that will remove the nodule. I did it on purpose. Disclaimer, I'm not advising anyone to do that. This time was one of the best times of my life. I make so many changes that arrive until today that I believe that for some reason needed to happen in my life to take my life to the next level. But I understood that no matter how intellectually you get this self-love, you have to put it in practice, because love is not a concept. Love is a verb that has to be demonstrated into action. Then my question to myself was, what can you do, Judith, to be there for yourself? And I did many things. I emptied my bank account doing sessions, healing sessions of different modalities. I decided to have much more fun than the fun I was having. I reduced work to the minimum, but I had the best ideas, and my retreats, both retreats that I have in my website, were created at this moment. Then in the worst moment of my life, supposedly, where you are dealing with an illness, I had the best time of my life. And when supposedly everything was great, I had the most miserable time of my life. Then in the moment you align with yourself and with who you are, when you understand that the worst enemy is not out there, but it's within yourself, when you start becoming aware of your thoughts and the feelings that the thoughts create, you can make some changes. And this is what I did. It's very simple, but complicated at the same time, because it requires some changes in the way we think. And I tend to attract very analytical clients, maybe because I am analytical. And we don't realize that we have a very negative self-talk continuously. Hour after hour, after day after day. We don't see who we are in essence. We don't see how unique, special, and great we are. We just see everything that is going wrong. And it's very difficult to manifest when you only see what's not working. You point continuously at your flaws, your weaknesses, and you talk to yourself in a mean way. And I don't see your faces because everyone is almost without camera, except Belinda, and I don't see Candice, Linda, Deborah, thank you, Corey. But if you're honest with yourself and you take note of everything you tell to yourself during a week, just a week, yeah, put it in a piece of paper or in the phone, and you're honest about the relationship that you have with yourself, you will see how unkind and mean and the lack of understanding that you have about yourself. You're supposed to be your best friend, and we become our worst enemy. I mean, at least I did it. I did it very well. And we call this self-improvement. Oh, okay, congratulations. I have to be strict with myself because I want to improve my life. No, sorry, no, doesn't work. Can all of us be more compassionate, more understanding, kinder? Because when you act from a place of love, when see yourself and your life through the eyes of love, things start shifting. And everything you want, more money, more health, more friends, more abundance, more time, becomes available to you. It's like magic. Miracles happen. But how is possible? It's possible because you did it. It's possible because there is a change within you, inner change, that allows the external circumstances to change. And when this happens and you see the external change, you know how to do it. Now and forever. Because all of us, independently of the age, I believe that for a certain period in our lives, we have been waiting for other people or circumstances to change. Let me ask you a question. Did it work? Put it in the chat. Did it work? It didn't work for me, but I don't know about you. Why it cannot work? Because you and only you are the one that can change your circumstances. But nobody tell us this at home or when we go to school. We have to discover it on ourselves, by ourselves. And what happens when you have not only the idea that this is true, but the awareness and the confirmation? That I can tell you that manifesting becomes easy. I'm going to tell you some examples, but not because I'm special. It's because it's the way it works. You want to meet someone. The other day, someone tell me, I didn't have a housekeeper, she quit, and I needed someone. And someone tell in the building, yeah, there is this woman that she may know someone. And I say, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, this woman goes all over the building. How I'm going to find her? I don't have her telephone number. I entered the building. At the door, she was there. Just like waiting for me or something like that. But this is a silly example. But what happens when you say, oh, there is something I cannot really afford right now, but I would like to do that. Like I want to go to the ballet, but really this month, a little bit tight on money, but I would love to go. And you call to the theater and say, do you have discounted tickets? And they say, no, not for this one. Say, okay, God, maybe I will have to pay the full price. Yeah, but I really want to go, but I shouldn't. This kind of. And at the end, you say, okay, I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to go. If there is any way that I can pay less for the tickets or not to pay for the tickets, great. And if not, it's going to be the best investment ever because it really makes me feel happy. And you go there and you're in the line to buy the tickets, and someone comes and is not trying to sell you a ticket. Just say, I have an extra ticket because my aunt couldn't come. Here you have it. The problem that we don't ask for what we want. If we ask more frequently, we will receive more frequently. When I was even younger and I was living in Spain, I had like a little boat that the motor was not working. It was a Sunday, it was sunny, nobody was there, it was lunchtime. And for a long time after my marriage, we spent all the time and money like fixing the house. But I wanted, like, do you remember the ones of you that are old when VHS existed? And there were these TVs that were like a combo where you had the TV and the VHS together. But I wanted that. And I wanted that for my bedroom. And I went to the shop to look for it. And I saw it, it was all silver. It was very nice. I mean, now it's a monster because now we have these thin TVs and all of this, but it was like very, very nice. I said, this is what I want. I look at the price and I say, okay, I cannot buy it right now, but this is what I want. Then that Sunday that I was walking alone, this, I'm talking about pesetas, not even the euro. Like when I was living in Spain, it was 60,000 pesetas. And I was walking because I was trying to find a mechanic that can fix the boat. And I found like a bill of 10,000. I said, wow, what's that? I look around, nobody was there. Then I keep walking, and then I found two bills together, 20,000. Then I look up and say, okay, what is the video camera? Because that must be the TV, when you are into these programs where someone is shooting at the same time that you are, that cannot be possible. Like suddenly I have all this money, but nobody was there. Keep walking, three more bills. Total 60,000. The combo TV was 59, 90, 90, whatever thousand. That was a Sunday. Do you know what I did on Monday? Yeah, I went to buy the thing. There was no wallet, nobody was there. I couldn't return the money to anyone. I didn't get like 30 or 70,000. It was exactly the amount of money that was needed for that. Then when you ask the universe for what you want, you have to have clarity in two important things. One is you have to be specific. I wanted that TV combo and not another one. I didn't want a TV only, I want a TV with that. And I did my homework. I went to the shop and I looked for it. I knew the model, I knew exactly how it worked, the color I wanted, the price it had. It was not like, send me this little thing. Why is this important? Because the first step of manifestation is desire. You have to know what you want. It doesn't matter if it's your soulmate, the job of your dreams, the health you want, or a TV with a VHS thing. What happens to all of us that we get stuck in the second and third step? The second step is belief that what you want can be yours. When it's a TV, all of us think, okay, when I will get the payday, whatever, I'll go and buy it. Because it's an object. Then we see that if I have the money, I have the object, then it's not a big deal. Sometimes there are problems when we talk about finding love because we believe that the other person is not available, or finding health because we believe that the cancer is bigger than us. Then it's important to see what are the blocks that I have about what I want and I desire, and I'm asking the universe. Then, for example, my expertise is love. I help people manifest love. I mean, I help people to manifest everything, but I had a lot of experience in love. Then some people get stuck with the idea that because I haven't had a partner for a long time, this partner doesn't exist. Or because all my relationships have been unsuccessful, I'm not going to find love. Or some people have problems with forgiveness. They get stuck in a moment in time where someone cheated on them, or they got divorced, or something big happened. But it's even deeper. I do past life regression and I work with the Akashic records. Some of the agreements that we have are unconscious. We have vows, we have agreements at the soul level. Sometimes people date and date and date and date, but they have agreements with themselves that say, nobody's going to hurt me. My heart has been broken so many times. They close it with double key. They take the key, throw it into the ocean, and then they say, yeah, I want love. I'm pretty open for love. I'm sorry, but no. You consciously say you want love, but unconsciously you have all the walls against it. Then there are many unconscious beliefs that sabotage what we say we want. And it's important to identify those. And it's easier if you do it, with the help of a professional, but you can do it just by observing yourself and your life. But I think that the tricky thing is the last step. Because you have to start acting in your life as if what you say you want have already happened. Then you want a soulmate, you want the right partner for you, you have to feel you are in a relationship. You want to be healed, you have to declare yourself healed right here, right now, and act as if you are not sick. You want that job, the best job ever, you have to feel if you have really had the job and the offer, and you are living that life. And we don't do that because we don't believe. We prefer to stay in a reality that say, no, this is not for you, than to take a leap of faith and to believe that the universe is powerful enough to give you what you want. And we ask for something in the morning and we cancel the order in the evening. We sabotage the most important things we want again and again and again. And we do it unconsciously, not because we want, but because we have a programming that has been there, not only since the moment you were born, but from also previous lifetimes, ancestral influences, soul contracts. Then my intention today, I cannot do it in half an hour, of course, but is to tell you that whatever is happening in your life, it can be resolved. Because we can clear anything. We can release anything. We can forgive whatever it had happened and start anew. Your life starts in the moment that you take a breath right here, right now. Now in my Eastern time, It's 5:26 a.m. Then if we take a breath together, this is the beginning. Nothing needs to happen for you to start a new life. It's your choice. And it's really up to us. We have more power than we imagine. We really do. And my specialty is to empower you, to take you by the hand, and to go with you wherever you want to go. I don't care if it's losing 20 pounds or finding the purpose of your life. But I work with people that are committed not to improve their lives, to live to the fullest. Because we are all here to be happy, to receive love and to give love. And again, love is the door to everything else you want, everything. And I'm going to stop right here. If anyone has any question or want to share anything or want to share anything through the chat, I will be happy to answer any question you may have or recommend any resources or anything like that. Thank you, Tara, for the love. I appreciate it. Looking at the chat for a second, bear with me. Yes, thank you. So love, thank you so much. Yeah, and then there is something else. Well, it has been a pleasure being here with you today. Thank you for the opportunity, Andrew. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope that you get something out of this kind of monologue. I prefer conversations, but I can do monologues as well.
Yeah. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing your magic with us today. It was really wonderful to have you. And I'm glad that everybody got to experience you and learn from you. And yeah, it was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, my pleasure. I want to honor everyone's time
Mhm.
and
Okay.
to leave the room and the mic to the next speaker. But again, I'm always open for questions. And if anyone have a question, go to my website. There is a contact form there. You can shoot me an email or call me. Of course, I'm in social media and all of this, but I like to talk to people. Then feel free to call if there is anything I can do for you. Not only sessions or workshops. I have many workshops that are available, but I love
Awesome.
to share resources. And if there is anything I can do, just let me know.